U.S. operation in Iran to conclude within weeks, says Rubio. U.S. operation in Iran to conclude within weeks, says Rubio. Regional powers may hold emergency Iran war de-escalation talks in Pakistan. Online desk. Houthis could choke off Suez Canal, analyst warns. U.S. Secretary of State Marco Rubio says the ongoing military operation against Iran could end within weeks. Speaking after a G7 meeting in France, Rubio said the United States expects to achieve its objectives in a short time frame. He stated that the operation is focused on weakening Iran's missile and drone capabilities. Rubio added that Washington does not plan to deploy ground forces and aims to rely on targeted strikes instead. According to reports, U.S. officials believe the conflict could last between 2 to 4 weeks. He also said the United States could redirect military resources from Ukraine to the Middle East if necessary. Meanwhile, Rubio rejected claims that U.S. support for Ukraine is tied to territorial concessions. The comments highlight expectations in Washington that the conflict with Iran will remain limited in duration, despite ongoing tensions in the region. Yemen's armed forces say they have officially joined the war in support of Iran and allied groups across the region. In a statement, a military spokesperson said Yemen has begun direct intervention due to ongoing attacks on what it described as resistance forces in Iran, Lebanon, Iraq, and Palestine. The group said it carried out its first operation using ballistic missiles targeting Israeli military sites in southern areas. It claimed the attack was coordinated with operations by Iran and Hezbollah. According to the statement, the strikes achieved their intended objectives. The group also warned that its operations will continue until military actions against its allies come to an end. The development signals a further expansion of the conflict, raising concerns about a broader regional war. High-level diplomatic talks aimed at easing tensions in the Middle East are expected to take place in Pakistan in the coming days. Turkey's Foreign Minister Hakan Fidan said representatives from Pakistan, Saudi Arabia, Egypt, and Turkey are coordinating the meeting. The talks are focused on de-escalating the ongoing conflict involving Iran, the United States, and Israel. Originally planned to be held in Turkey, the meeting was moved to Islamabad due to scheduling constraints. Fidan said the discussions could take place as early as this weekend. The four countries had previously held talks in Saudi Arabia earlier this month as part of ongoing diplomatic efforts. The planned meeting highlights growing international attempts to reduce tensions and find a path toward resolving the conflict. Analysts warn that Yemen's involvement in the war could threaten another major global trade route. Professor Mohammed Al-Masri said the Houthis could target the Bab al-Mandeb Strait, a key passage linking the Red Sea to the Suez Canal. He said this could create a second major choke point for global trade, alongside the Strait of Hormuz. Both waterways are critical for the transport of oil and goods worldwide. Al-Masri also warned that additional missile attacks from Yemen could put further pressure on Israel's air defense systems. He said expanding the conflict to another front could make the situation more complex and difficult to control. The analysis highlights growing concerns that the war could disrupt global trade and further destabilize the region.